Hi, I'm Paul W. Slusher, owner, founder, and CEO of ContactsforLess.ca.
And I'm Jennifer, lead designer and social media director for ContactsforLess.ca.
And I'm Ashleen, shipping director and all-around cool person to be around.
And welcome to the 2015 September edition of the ContactsforLess.ca monthly report.
And in this month's report, we're going to talk about why ContactsforLess.ca should be the only company that you should buy your contact lenses from, that is, if you're in Canada.
And we'll be talking about really important issues that we know you all care about. Because heck, we're Canadians. We're the coolest nation on earth and the most compassionate.
And in this month's top 5 list, we're going to talk about the top 5 non-for-profit organizations that our amazing customers have been supporting.
But first, it's my opportunity to give my monthly CEO rant. But before I do, let me first mention Optometry Giving Sight. Optometry Giving Sight is our September group of the month, and they do some incredible and important work all around the world, providing various types of eye care and vision support to the poorest regions of the world. So when you go to ContactsforLess.ca and you buy contact lenses with us, Canada, you get to give 51% of our profits away to the nonprofit or organization that you choose. But the default organization this month for September is Optometry Giving Sight, an organization we profoundly support and is an extremely important organization in the world. So now let me turn my attention to my rant of the month, and that is mass transit. In BC recently, we had a referendum on BC Transit, and it was an opportunity for the voters of British Columbia to actually support and expand the funding for the mass transit system in and around Metro Vancouver. Well, unfortunately, the voters turned it down. And this is a profound disappointment and actually has profound ramifications for the province in ways that most voters aren't aware of. But first, let me touch on why I think it actually failed. You see, there's a large group of people who are very wealthy in this community, and they gave a lot of money to organizations to attempt to shut this down. And they did this 2 different ways. In one way, they pushed the entire idea that BC Transit was somehow corrupt and there was this big scandal. It's ridiculous, and to be honest with you, there's almost no merit to that whatsoever. Part of this was about trying to shut down the idea that it was taxes and it was the drivers versus the transit people. This is a really disappointing situation because in British Columbia, like all other metro areas of the world, mass transit is critically important. It's critically important for the environment because you see, when you have traffic and everybody's stuck in traffic, their cars are running, so you're doing more pollution. You're running more gas just sitting there in transit by doing that, and actually you're forcing costs to go up. When you actually don't have good mass transit and you have far too much traffic, what happens is your cost of goods goes up because trucks that move products from A to B take longer to get there, and it burns more gas, which results in higher costs to you. Now they're talking about creating a sales tax to try to do this. Most economists will tell you a sales tax is what's called a regressive tax. It means it actually affects the poor disproportionately than anybody else. So here we were, British Columbia, we're supposedly the ecological leaders of Canada, and here we were with an important transit bill, and we shot it down because a smaller group of people with a lot of money scared the population into thinking that this was a bad idea. So I just want to give you my rant about this. I say that the next time a BC bill comes up like this, we've got to attach it to real estate taxes or other types of taxes that actually disproportionately affect the wealthier people, not the poorer people. Because you see, when you do a sales tax to try to pay for transit or make all the quote-unquote users use transit, you see, the users are disproportionately middle class or lower class as well. So you're spreading the cost of something that's important for the entire region, both for its economy and its environment, and you're putting it on the shoulders of the poor people in the community. So British Columbia, I love you. You're an amazing province. You're the most beautiful place in Canada, and I'm very proud to live here, and I'm very proud that ContactsforLess.ca is stationed here in British Columbia. However, I think British Columbia made a huge mistake in not supporting mass transit. This is a very important topic, and I really would like all of you British Columbia voters, next time this comes up, spend a little bit more time looking at the real issues, and remember, our environment and sustainability overall rely on an intelligent, expansive, and efficient transit system so that we don't have clogged roads, clogged bridges, and higher costs on all of our goods. But enough about that. Now on to Jennifer and Ashleen, and they're going to tell you a whole bunch of other really cool things.
Thanks, Paul. And yes, I would agree that supporting mass transit is one of the keys to helping build sustainable communities. Come on, BC. Isn't it frustrating that we can't vote together to try and build intelligent and critical infrastructure to try and help save our planet with transit?
So next time any proposal for BC Transit or any other transit bills come up, learn about it, think about it, and please support mass transit. You may not take transit yourself, but supporting it can help our community, economy, and our environment.
And now it's time for our monthly top 5 list.
And this month, we're highlighting the top 5 nonprofit organizations that you, the buyer, get to choose. So thank you.
You see, when Canadians come to our amazing and cool website, ContactsforLess.ca,
you get to choose where 51% of our profits go to, and there are over 45 nonprofit organizations to choose from. Do you care about the planet, about helping the poor, about giving education to children, and stopping the ravages of war?
About protecting endangered species? About protecting those who can't speak for themselves?
About ensuring a loving, safe, and healthy environment for our future and our children's future? Of course you do. So here is our top 5 list.
And number 1 on this month's list is actually Big Brothers Big Sisters of Canada.
For 100 years, Big Brothers and Big Sisters have been making a huge difference in the lives of our youth by developing and implementing a wide range of mentoring programs, one-to-one and group programs, both inside and outside of school.
And number 2, Doctors Without Borders.
Doctors Without Borders provides assistance to populations in distress, victims of natural or man-made disasters, and victims of war.
And they do so irrespective of race, religion, creed, or political affiliation. And really, it should be a non-for-profit organization that you should really be supporting.
World Wildlife Fund of Canada's mission includes protecting particular wildlife species and habitats to protecting life on Earth, including our own. Today, their work is all about life, because everything we do is about securing the future of healthy, thriving ecosystems.
And number 4 on this month's list is actually Women for Women International, a non-for-profit organization that 20 years ago started supporting women who are facing violence, marginalization, and also poverty as a result of violence and war.
In 1993, Women for Women International opened up their doors in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And today, they also work directly with women in Afghanistan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Iraq, Kosovo, Nigeria, Rwanda, and South Sudan.
And finally, number 5 is Save the Children.
Save the Children works in over 120 countries around the world. Better practices and policies to better children's rights.
Save the Children is a non-for-profit organization that helps ensure the children's voices are heard, especially those that are marginalized or are in poverty.
So there you have it. The top 5 organizations, nonprofit organizations that we at ContactsforLess.ca have been supporting, well actually our customers have been supporting throughout the last year. And we want you to know that when you go to ContactsforLess.ca, remember 51% of every dollar of profit goes to a nonprofit organization that you, the buyer, choose. We're the very first in the world to ever do this. And we really want to let you know that we're not just a company like these big, massive corporations that make millions and millions of dollars. And it's really kind of cool to know that there are so many of you Canadians that care this much about the planet and about feeding children and about getting education to the planet and protecting our environment and protecting species and so many other critical issues. So thank you very much for all of you who've bought your contact lenses with ContactsforLess.ca. And we also want to let you know that, a lot of our competitors, most of them, are large companies, some of them aren't even Canadian, and they make millions of dollars a year, and they give maybe a little bit away or nothing at all. We're not like any one of those. In fact, there is not an online company like us in the world, really. We're one of the first in the world to do this, and we're proudly 100% Canadian owned and operated. So please, go to ContactsforLess.ca and support us. Buy your contact lenses, save 70% or more online like any other big corporate entity, but you get to support something really cool. something that's out there trying to make a difference. How cool is that?
So thank you for buying your contact lenses with us.
When we work together and pull our resources, we can do amazing things. It's important now more than ever. So thanks for listening, and see you next month.
Another non-for-profit organization that was actually inspired 20 minutes ago. That just threw me off. All right. Hi, and I'm Jennifer, lead at
And we'll be talking about really important issues that I know that you really feel is important. Because heck, we're Canadians. Woo, that's the one.
Say, here's a goal. I made your line a little short.
How do I not get that tiny thing, but I get that big thing?
You can get it. That's what she said. Okay, so then I'm just going to bang that out, okay? Doctors Without Borders Doctors Without Borders provides assistance to populations in distress.
That's too funny. It's so perfect. It's hilarious. That was hilarious.
That's true for most men, isn't it?
Don't cut that out.
I can get that big thing.
Don't cut that out.
All right, there we go. Well, I'll keep all the footage.